Known for his explosive lights-out punching power, matched with an incredibly flawed lifestyle outside the ropes, Tommy Morrison's up-and-down career was nothing short of electrifying.
Right hand, down he goes. Crashing right hand. I don't think he's getting up.
The Duke amassed a staggering 42 knockouts across his 52-fight career, routinely wiping out his opponent in a brutal, merciless manner.
Morrison. Oh, my! Merritt goes down.
The left hook specialist's discombobulating power was put to use when facing top contender Donovan Ruddock, completely obliterating the Jamaican with a picture-perfect left hand midway through the 6th round. Forced to retire at just 27 years of age due to a multitude of problems outside the ring, the Great White Hope's controversial but thrilling career was viewed by millions during the 1990s, providing exceptional entertainment and must-see TV on almost every occasion.
And another uppercut, Scott tumbles, and they throw the towel in the shoulder.
After almost 16 years since his last professional bout, we take a look back at the thrilling career of Tommy the Duke Morrison. 3 months into his professional career, with 5 quick knockouts tallied on his growing pro ledger, the Duke faced off against African novice Quarry Ali. Fighting on the front foot through the early part of the bout, fresh-faced Morrison floored the game African with a ferocious 3-punch combination late in the 3rd frame.
Come on, punch. That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
A delayed reaction on that one.
Fred, it's exactly what I said. He threw 3 punches and got the last one in.
Saved by the bell at the end of the 3rd, Ali was down again just 30 seconds into the following round.
Yep. Good right uppercut. Oh, that was up for him.
Somehow allowed to continue by referee Freddie Ucci, African Ali was stopped on his feet merely seconds later.
Looks like he's going to let it go.
Let it go. Fred Ucci, much to the chagrin of the audience here, letting it go. I think he's going to stop it now. Morrison will be the winner.
It was a quick, destructive performance from the rising heavyweight hopeful, adding another quick knockout victory to his growing resume. 6 months on from his 4th-round decimation of Quarry Ali, now sporting an impressive 13 wins on his unbeaten resume, Morrison took a trip to Atlantic City to face Mike Robinson.
At all times, and you protect yourself at all times. Touch your gloves. Good luck.
In survival mode, from the sound of the opening bell, overmatched Robinson was blasted to the canvas with a bludgeoning 3-punch salvo 2.5 minutes into the 1st round.
Morrison just doing a great job of the body, and Robinson goes down. And before that happened, it lent credence to the phrase, out but not down.
In no mood for hanging around, Morrison brought an end to proceedings 2 minutes into the following frame, flooring Robinson with a sickening blow to the body.
Huge body shot, and down goes Robinson.
Looking uninterested in continuing, Robinson was saved from any further punishment by referee Steve Smoger, improving the Duke's record to 14 wins without defeat. Returning to Atlantic City just 2 weeks on from his 2nd-round thrashing of Mike Robinson, the Duke took on big-punching 6'3" southpaw Jesse Shelby.
You were both given your instructions by the New Jersey Boxing Commission. Are there any questions with the rules? Both use touch gloves. Touch glove.
Eager to pick up another quick knockout victory, Morrison planted the awkward southpaw on the seat of his pants with a crunching 2-punch combination midway through the 2nd round.
As an amateur, he lost in the Olympic trials. A big right hand followed up on the left by Morrison, and Shelby is in a seated position and may not make it up.
Surprisingly able to make it back to his feet at the count of 8, Shelby was saved from any further punishment by referee Frank Cappuccino.
I don't think he's going to let it go on, no.
Shelby was going to have to talk Cappuccino into letting this go on, and that was going to be a difficult task.
Making quick work of his first-ever southpaw opponent, the Duke was slowly cementing himself as a potential future champion and exciting rising heavyweight prospect. Making another quick return to the ring just 14 days on from his 2nd-round victory in Atlantic City, Tommy took on the Midwest mauler Rick Ennis.
Any questions over here? Over here, let's get it on, come on.
Making use of his signature left hook, Morrison floored Ennis less than 20 seconds into the opening round.
Rick Ennis has got a good right hand, which I think would be a good hook. He's hurt already by the hook and Morrison's left hook.
Down goes
Unable to avoid the Duke's heavy left hook attacks, the Midwest Mauler was brutally bludgeoned to the canvas with a vicious 5-punch combination late in the first.
He was really rocked with that first. There's an uppercut, and that's probably going to be it.
Intent on finishing his foe in the first round, Morrison swiftly ended matters with 2 crunching left hooks, prompting referee Mills Lane to intervene and bring an end to the beating.
Mills Lane will let it go.
One more knockout and it's over. That's it.
Well stopped by Mills Lane.
Although expected to come through the bout without issue, the Duke's ferocious fight-ending power, particularly with the left hook, was a joy to behold. Sharing a bill topped by 1988 Olympic gold medalist and future opponent Ray Mercer, Morrison took on 6'6" David Jayco in Jacksonville, Florida.
Protect yourself at all times, shake hands, come out boxing at the bell.
In one of his most devastating knockout victories to date, the Duke completely starched his towering foe with a pulverizing left hook just seconds into the opening round.
And I have to face a right-hander.
There's a left hand. Jayco's down and probably out. What a huge shot.
Crumbled in a heap on the canvas and clearly unable to continue, Jayco was counted out by referee Brian Gary, adding another sensational first-round knockout to the Duke's rapidly growing collection of devastating left hook finishes.
You are getting all these quick knockouts. You said earlier you wanted more work. Do you still want more work?
I think it'll all come online. I mean, as we move up in rounds, the competition will definitely get tougher, and that's something that we're looking forward to. But right now we're going step by step and trying to improve on fundamentals.
1 year after his 32nd blitzing of David Jayco, and now sporting an impressive 16 wins on his unbeaten ledger, the Duke took on 12-5 opponent Mike Acey.
Give me a good, clean fight inside. Good luck to both of you.
Clearly out of his depth and overmatched, as well as accepting the fight on just 2 weeks' notice, Acey found himself down on the canvas less than 60 seconds into the starting stanza.
Down to one knee from a right hand.
Showing no mercy for his overmatched opponent, Morrison swiftly followed up the knockdown with a head-swiveling left hook, flooring Acey for a second time.
He's throwing lots of punches. He's laying down. He's landing. Oh, that should be it.
That was a left hand.
Scoring 2 quick knockdowns less than 90 seconds into the bout, Morrison brought a halt to proceedings merely seconds later, decimating Acey with a picture-perfect right hand, melting the West Virginian to the canvas in an instant.
It's over, and if I was a betting man, I'd say yes, and there it goes.
Jumping back to his feet like a jack-in-a-box, Acey was finally saved from any further damage by referee Tony Gibson, handing Morrison his 12th first-round knockout win. Coming into the ring with a clean, undefeated record of 24 wins without defeat, and edging closer to a highly anticipated showdown against merciless Ray Mercer, Morrison took a stay-busy fight against former Mexican champion Ladislao Mijangos.
Both fighters in the dressing room, I'm cautioning again, obey my commands at all times. Shake hand and good luck.
Journeyman Mijangos found himself down on the canvas less than 1 minute into the opening round.
Obviously, this is about in which Tommy Morrison wants to get in the well, get in the ring, get out, if you will, quickly.
In way above his head, Mexican Mijangos was knocked down 3 times in total, all caused by the Duke's vaunted left hook. Referee Richard Steele had seen enough by the third and final knockdown, saving the former Mexican champion from any further punishment midway through the first.
Morrison can pretty much just walk in and throw that hook, and he does have a devastating left hook.
Well, that's it. 3 knockdowns in 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Dealing with his overmatched opponent with ease, Morrison was all set for his eagerly awaited clash against rising unbeaten heavyweight star Ray Mercer. In his first fight back after being hammered into unconsciousness by merciless Ray Mercer, Morrison looked to get back to his winning ways in this comeback bout against Bobby Quarry.
Obey my commands at all times. Any question, shake hands, good luck.
In no mood for carrying his opponent, and eager to prove his mettle after suffering such a brutal defeat just 4 months prior, the Duke dispatched of Quarry with a discombobulating right hand midway through the second round.
Right hand, down he goes.
The right hand had completely flattened Quarry, leaving him stricken on the canvas and requiring immediate medical attention, prompting referee Richard Steele to dispose of the count after just 3 seconds.
That's it. Over. He's out. Well, you don't draw it up any more perfect than that one.
It was another thunderous finish from the Duke, getting his career firmly back on track after such a crushing defeat in his previous bout against Olympic gold medalist Ray Mercer. 7 months on from his second-round demolition of Bobby Quarry, Morrison was rebuilding his way back to a shot at a world title when he faced 6'6" Newark native Art Tucker.
I want a clean break at all times. Let's have a nice, clean fight. Good luck to both of you. Let's touch gloves. Touch it.
Walking taller Tucker down from the sound of the opening bell, Morrison floored the New Jersey man 1 minute into the second stanza.
He's being a little conservative to that side until he slows him down a little bit.
Well, there's a left hand, and that puts Tucker down on his hand.
Allowed to continue, but fighting on borrowed time, Tucker was vanquished with a remarkable left hook mere moments later.
Well, it's simple. Oh, man. I was just going to say, it's simple. He hits you with the left hook, you're gone. Most heavyweights are going to go. Our Tucker goes. Either get him first or he gets you. That's the whole deal with Tommy Morrison.
The Duke's impeccable timing and power were clear to see on the slow-motion replays, completely obliterating his opponent with one perfectly timed left hook. After outpointing and aging George Foreman and picking up the lesser-regarded WBO title, which he later lost after suffering a shock upset loss at the hands of Michael Bent, the Duke was forced to rebuild his way back to the top, starting with a clash against Smokin' Samoan Tuya.
Smokin' Samoan Tuya.
Out to revenge his brother Tim's loss to the Samoan back in 1992, Morrison's unwavering attacks to head and body eventually broke through at the end of the second round, pounding Tuya to the deck with a vicious two-punch combination.
Nice left hook from Morrison. Good shot there, right on the chin.
Eating a steady supply of the Duke's blistering bombs, the Smokin' Samoan was down and out 2 minutes into the following round.
And he's gone down now from a right uppercut, but possibly more of accumulation of punches than one single shot there.
Still packing a punch after suffering 2 major setbacks in his career, Morrison was back to his winning ways with another impressive knockout victory, improving his record to 39 wins with just 2 defeats. 5 weeks on from smashing the Smokin' Samoan, Morrison took a trip to Tulsa to face off against undefeated Bam Bam Brian Scott.
I expect a good, clean fight. I want you to keep your punches up and obey my commands at all times. Any questions? Good luck to both of you. Go back to your corners.
Successfully taming Morrison for the first 3 minutes, Scott's box and move game plan quickly unraveled in the following round, unwisely exchanging up close and personal with the Duke.
You're going to have to fix.
And another uppercut, Scott tumbles. And they throw the towel in the shoulder.
It was another eye-watering highlight reel finish for Morrison, blasting out his unbeaten opponent with 2 perfectly timed punches.
Probably the best combinations you ever threw were in the Ray Mercer fight, even in a fight you lost. That's the kind of hand speed you want to get back to.
That's what we want to do. The thing we didn't do in the Mercer fight that we feel like we're doing now is we're trying to relax in the ring and get ourselves into the later round, in the gym and both in the fights as well. And I think that will help us, aid us in our preparation for another shot at the title, somewhere probably by the end of the year.
Returning to the ring almost 6 months after suffering 2 shock knockdowns on his way to a majority draw against 8-8 opponent Ross Purity, Morrison took on the caveman Ken Merritt in Oklahoma City.
I want you to keep your punches up and obey my commands at all times. Any questions? Good luck to both of you. Go back to your corners.
Battered from pillar to post, the caveman was sent to the canvas face first no less than 2 minutes into the opening round.
Well, really, Sean, that's been one of the main criticisms of Morrison, the same guy. Oh, my! Merritt goes down.
Shockingly allowed to continue by referee Kevin Champion, staggering and defenseless Merritt was forced to take an 8 count after absorbing the Duke's onslaught of unanswered bombs.
He says he can go on, but this one should be stopped. Merritt is defenseless, and he goes down again. And I think Kevin Champion should stop this fight. Ken Merritt is out on his feet. This should not go on.
Bizarrely permitted to remain in the bout, the caveman was on the receiving end of 7 unanswered bombs before referee Kevin Champion intervened and terminated the beating.
Try to weather the storm. He has less than 25 seconds to do it, and that's it. Kevin Champion stops the bout.
Wielding undeniable power in either hand, Morrison had obliterated his opponent in impressive fashion, perfectly setting up his highly awaited battle against one of the biggest hitters in the division, Donovan "Razor" Ruddock. Topping a bill in Kansas City, in a 50-50 showdown between two of the hardest punchers in the heavyweight division, Morrison faced off against Jamaican sensation Donovan Ruddock. Both known for their vulnerabilities combined with immense power, Ruddick floored the Duke with two scathing uppercuts to the chin less than 60 seconds into the first round.
I was going to remind people of the nice uppercut by Ruddick. Oh, there goes Morrison!
Returning the favor with an uppercut of his own in the following frame, staggering Ruddick was handed an 8 count 2 minutes into the second round.
He still paid for it. Oh, he hurt Ruddick with a right uppercut. Razor Ruddick got rocked by the same punch to knock Morrison down. Lifted, give him a standing 8 count.
After a hectic back and forth during the early rounds, Morrison landed arguably the greatest punch of his career, completely splaying the Jamaican senses with a legendary left hook midway through the 6th round. Uncorking a multitude of bombs to head and body, Morrison mercilessly pounded Ruddick onto the ropes, prompting referee Ron Lipton to step in and terminate the bout.
10 more seconds, and it's a long one. He will not do it. Oh my, it's over.
The come-from-behind victory had massively revived Morrison's career, setting up a mega fight against big-hitting British banger and former heavyweight king Lennox Lewis. Back to the ring a year on from his 6th-round knockout loss to Lewis, Morrison faced off against 15-1 opponent Marcus Rhodey.
Former heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Coming into the bout with 15 wins, all by way of knockout, big punching Big Tuna was smashed to the deck less than 60 seconds into the bout.
Oh, well, he didn't need to go downstairs with that shot.
Going downstairs is Marcus Rhodey, who has just one defeat in his career, and that is against Ahmad Abdeen.
Back to his feet, but unable to properly protect himself, Rhodey was blasted straight back down to the canvas with a perfectly placed right hand.
An undefeated heavyweight, and was stopped in the 4th. Morrison going for it, and I think Tommy Morrison will end this one.
Unable to deal with the Duke's extraordinary power, Big Tuna was wiped out with a thunderous right hand midway through the starting stanza.
With what Tommy Morrison is going through, this fight is over, and Garza is donating his.
The win would be Morrison's final win before retiring from the sport at just 27 years of age, only to return to the ring 10 years later to compete at a much lower level.